Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mando and Friends, presented by Verizon. My name is Mando Fresko, and today we have actor, musician, host, hand model. Me dijeron por ahí que modelas.
Well,
Yeah.
mis manos es lo menos feo que tengo. Mis manos. Tengo las manos muy grandes para mi estatura. ¿Sí ves cómo estoy hablando inglés?
Sí.
Es Spanglish.
Yeah, I love it.
¿Me entiendes lo que estoy diciendo? Y estoy hablando Spanglish.
Wow. Super impressed, Omar.
Even
Omar.
Federico understands.
Omar Chaparro is in here. Omar, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. Where's the audience? Come on.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Oye,
Everybody.
no, muy agradecido que me hayas invitado. De veras, me llama mucho la atención todo lo que tienes aquí, todo este show, todas las cámaras. You're a pro.
Thank you. Gracias.
¿Y de dónde eres tú?
Mis papás son de Colima, México, y yo nací aquí en Los Ángeles.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah. I grew up, born and raised here in I don't know how familiar you are to LA, pero nací yo en Los Ángeles, crecí en Southgate.
Southgate.
Yeah. Have you been to Southgate before?
No. ¿Dónde?
No. Yeah. No, I grew up there. That's my home. Yeah, now, I'm here every day con Marvin y Federico,
Chingón, güey.
Working
Puedo
hard.
decir chingón, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
No. I moved from Mexico City.
Yep.
Even though I was born in Chihuahua, I moved 5 years ago, and I live in Sherman Oaks.
Nice. How do you like it?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about that while I was driving my motorcycle to your show.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was in the freeway, the perfect weather, the sun. Oh my, te juro que empiezo a disfrutar, empiezo hasta incluso a agradecer. Es una manera de que
Sí.
tengo yo. Y luego no me vas a creer, volteé para el cielo y está una nube, a heart cloud, una nube en forma de corazón. Dije, there are messages everywhere. No, yo sé que no es un programa religioso ni nada, pero vengo como que in peace, grateful. And I don't even know because I've never seen your show.
Yes.
Your show, to be honest, Mando.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see it. I knew that you have a lot of followers and I felt your presence. Que me mandaste un mensaje. Dice, este güey es buen pedo. Este güey tiene buena energía. Vamos. So I came surrendering like to life, to your show.
Thank you.
To you. From me, heart, chispas, amor.
All right, well, that's the show right there. We got all that? Awesome. Thank you. Omar, gracias por venir. Thank
¿Ya
you
se
so
acabó?
much.
¿Tan rápido?
That was perfect. What else do we need? Right?
Yeah.
No, Omar, we're really excited to have you. And I've been following your career, your journey for a long time. And it's one of those things where we don't know who's watching us. I've been in radio and television for over 15 years. Right? I started at doing hip hop radio station here in Los Angeles
As a host.
Power 106
As a radio host. Yeah.
And then hosting for MTV and other networks.
That's great.
And then launched Hubwave Media, where we are now. And to have you here, I'm honored. I'm humbled because you're a quite a talent. I mean, you've been working for a long time.
Like you?
And
but maybe I'm a little older than you, but
just maybe like 1 or 2 years,
yeah, but success always comes after struggle, after persistence.
And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that porque a veces nos miran y dicen, wow, you're so lucky. And I know you talked about that before.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not.
I don't
that
believe
we're
in
lucky.
luck. No.
So how did you, before you auditioned, before you were acting or even on the radio, I know you've had a radio show before.
Yes.
Any of that, like what made you fall in love with entertainment?
Since I was a kid, I was born in Chihuahua. Everybody said, oh, Chihuahua, like the dog. Yeah, but Chihuahua is the biggest state. 250,000 kilómetros cuadrados de estado. Even as big as Texas. And since I was a kid, I remember that I used to enjoy a lot making people laugh. I remember that once I didn't even speak because I was like 2 years old. And I remember my father saying something like, "Hey, Junior," they call me Junior.
Yeah.
Junior, make that monkey wet face or wet monkey face, something. Cara de chango mojado. And I remember that I did a face. I don't know, but what I remember the most is the feeling.
Yeah.
What I felt when my uncle and my siblings, they were laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God," and I just did the monkey wet face. How do you say that? Wet monkey face or face wet monkey?
The wet monkey face.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to, this is good for me because I'm gonna give you an interview and I'm gonna practice my English and I'm gonna improve it and you please correct me.
You know what? You got it.
Don't correct my accent because I love my accent.
It's personality.
Yeah,
The
it's part of
accent's
me.
Yeah.
But anyway, recuerdo que fue una sensación que me encantó y ya no pude parar desde que estaba en la escuela. I was always making people laugh en la primaria, en la secundaria. Y empecé a sentir esta sensación. Y luego vi una película de Pedro Infante como a los 8 años.
Wow.
I remember that. So, A Toda Máquina.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Where
Yeah.
he's in the motorcycle. And I said, oh my
That's
God.
a classic.
I want to be like him. I remember that. Those kind of moments, images that you got in your, I don't know, in some part of your brain. And I said, I want to be like Pedro Infante. And then I discovered that I was singing when I was 8 years old, Christmas evening. And creo que me paré arriba de la mesa. And I started singing. And my mom grabbed me. She pulled me down. And she said, hey, you don't sing. You let the other people sing, mijo. You don't sing. My mom is like this. Oh, she's always worried. And I love her so much. And she loved me. She loves me so much. But I remember that time that I had like this limited belief that she planned on me. Sin querer, los papás cometen errores sin darse cuenta y todo lo hacen con amor. Pasa que mis primos cantan precioso, mi tía canta precioso y yo era un niño que, ya me imagino, ¿no?
Yeah.
Entonces, she tried to protect me. Pero sin querer me sembró ese paradigma. And it's been very fun journey for me because I discovered that I was easy to make people laugh, but I had that passion, the music, the singing, and the acting. Those the most the biggest passion that I have. Those two things. And for some reason, I started working as a radio host and making an impression of Michael Jackson. Hacía shows de Michael Jackson, me contrataban y hacía shows de Michael Jackson.
¿Cómo? Like on stage, like performer or on the radio you were doing shows?
No, before the radio, I started working. Well, oh my God. Mi mente va para un lado y para otro. Me tienes que regresar.
That's what
Ahorita regreso a la parte musical, pero recuerdo que empecé a trabajar de taquero, haciendo tacos en un lugar que se llamaba Ricos Tacos, en otro que se llamaba La Tablita. I was working as a cook helper.
How old were you then?
My first job was when I was 14 in a maquiladora in the kitchen. And we had to feed like 1,500 people.
Wow.
A day. And I had, to pelar las papas, poner los frijoles, barrer. Entraban de 300 personas en el comedor. Tenía que limpiar las mesas, barrer, trapear. Se iban y llegaban las otras 300. And I remember that I woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning and I regresaba a la casa como a las 3 y me dormía en el camión. Pero todo eso me forjó mucho porque hacía reír también a mis compañeros, ¿no? Y aprendía mucho de ellos. Entonces, yo sabía que no importaba que fuera ayudante de cocina o que fuera chofer o que fui mesero también mucho tiempo. Yo sabía que iba a estar destinado al entretenimiento.
Wow.
I was born to entertain. So, no me preocupaba que me pagaran tampoco o que me gritaran o que a veces no me iba bien el trabajo. Siempre estaba viendo something else. Y recuerdo que estaba en un lugar de mesero, se llamaba el Pasaje Colonial, y hacían las quinceañeras,
Yep.
la fiesta de 15 años. Y yo le dije al dueño, oye, déjame hacer un show para la quinceañera. Y yo, ¿qué show? Le dije, pues, de Michael Jackson. Yo soy fan de Michael Jackson. Me dijo, no, pero no hay disfraz. Y le dije, yo tengo una peluca. Y el ballet parking que estaba abajo tenía un saco rojo con tiras doradas, como el de Michael Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
Entonces le pedí el saco, me puse la peluca, and y me puse a bailar la quinceañera. Y la quinceañera fue como, oh. Y alguien grabó un video de estas cámaras que...
Sí.
Y empezó a hacerse famoso el Michael Jackson del Pasaje Colonial. Entonces era... te daban el paquete, incluía el salón de fiestas, el pastel y el Michael Jackson chambelán. Entonces bailaba ese slow. Yo como Michael Jackson y yo. y bailaba. Y así fue, ¿no?
Eres el chambelán de honor, pero de Michael Jackson.
De
Vestido Michael Jackson.
Sí. Luego entré a college. Estudié administración de empresas. Business Administration. Y también hacía shows en las planillas. Y ahí fue cuando me jalaron para trabajar en la radio. Porque pues yo era muy popular. Me ponía máscara de luchador. Hacía competencias. Era muy, muy loco. Ya se me quitó.
¿Sí?
Ya soy muy serio.
That's not what I've heard. And so you do radio. When were you a host on TV? Like at this point, how long did it take you to be on television?
This was 1996 when I was studying business administration, and I was for the first time getting to the radio. And a friend of mine invited me, Perico Padilla. He told me, "Oh my God, you're so talented, and I have a radio show, but my partner is a federal policeman." Estaba en la judicial el amigo, se llamaba Los Visitantes, el programa, The Visitors. Y él era Perico y el otro era un judicial que se la pasaba de gira. Entonces faltaba mucho. Me dijo Perico, come tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Y yo, okay. And we started doing radio pranks. And I started...
Hola, ¿qué tal? Habla licenciada Pamela Juanjo. ¿Usted es Margarita? Sí, soy Margarita. La vamos a demandar. ¿Por qué me la vamos a demandar?
Y empezábamos a hacer bromas y...
Bueno, le voy a pasar a mi mamá. Sí, soy doña Shole. Ella fue, me atropelló con el coche, su hija. No.
Entonces hacíamos unas bromas muy pesadas con muchos personajes.
Wow.
And it was a huge success. When Alacrán, the Perico's partner, got back and said, "I'm sorry, but we don't need you anymore." Saludos al Alacrán. y fue the chemistry was in that moment with Perico, and he understood perfectly how to deliver things to my characters, even only with our faces and with our eyes.
Yeah.
Like he saw me and I said, okay, y come Don Hilario. Y hacía, no sé, 15, 20 personajes en el show, en el morning show. And we became so popular, you won't believe it, because especially Doña Chole, that was my first character, the old lady.
Yeah.
Que hablaba así, tenía su canción. Nacida en la joya de padres ganaderos, me crecen los costales, chivitos y borregos. Mi madre, Doña Cleta, ya no puede escuchar. Le pongo una corneta y le tengo que gritar.
Los visitantes. Y teníamos una radionovela, like a soap radio opera, or how do we say, radio soap opera?
A radio soap opera, yeah.
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 See, you were trying to correct me, and you knew that I said
You were
it right.
correct. You've been...
See, if I was correct, why are you trying to correct me?
Mira, Omar, don't doubt yourself. You're amazing.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I'm in therapy right now, Mando.
Awesome, man.
No, really.
No, yeah. That's
Especially in
beautiful.
that thing, I discovered that I doubted myself, like everyone.
You're right.
But I discovered like 1 month ago that I have lack of confidence as an actor, as a singer, as an artist, as a human being, because we have these wounds since we were child.
Yeah. And it's like, sorry to interrupt you, but it's like what you said earlier, que tu mamá te dijo, no cantes tú, right? Like that, little things like that affect you for the rest of your life.
And now you're 40, you're 47, you say that, I'm perfect, yes, I had that, but I'm this bad. Yes, but you have to go back,
Yes.
discover them, and heal them. Because they are there. Y tenemos heridas incluso de vidas pasadas, ya. Son cosas más profundas. Pero when I discovered that I had that, y te voy a decir cómo lo descubrí rápidamente.
Sí.
Me compré, no es cierto, estaba con mi esposa en un restaurante, tenía un reloj Cartier y luego me puse a pensar, oye, tengo un reloj Cartier y tengo otro reloj AP, de estos relojes pues, costosos. Y dije, son los únicos relojes costosos que yo he tenido en toda mi vida. Y dije, pero yo no me los compré. El Cartier me lo regalaste tú. Y el AP me lo regaló un amigo. Sin embargo, yo sí te he comprado a ti un reloj Cartier.
Yeah.
Y a mi manager le regalé un Rolex. Y then oh my God, yo puedo comprarme un reloj costoso. Tengo mucho tiempo trabajando. Pero, y me voy a las joyerías y me los mido. Oh my God, I love this watch. Pero nunca me atrevo a comprarlo. And then I realized, siento que no me lo merezco. Because my mom, otra vez mi mamá. Mamá. Porque...
Mamá, por culpa de ti.
I'm gonna say it in English so she won't understand. Mommy, I love you so much. No, pero mi mamá creció en esta consciousness of being like, oh, this is so expensive. No, you don't need that. No. Me sueno la nariz me sueno hasta la fecha con papel de baño porque pienso que los pañuelos o los Kleenex, they're expensive.
Wow.
There's a limited belief that I had. But I discovered it 1 month ago.
Wow.
And if I don't think I deserve to sonarme la nariz con los Kleenex, or if I think that I don't deserve to have a expensive watch.
Yeah. So now
It's not because I need an expensive watch. No. But if I my inside, my consciousness think that I don't deserve a watch, do you think I'm gonna think that I deserve an Oscar? Or being successful or being totally happy?
Yeah.
No, so it's something that I discovered and I need to work out. So I'm in therapy right now.
That's beautiful.
And I think it's a good message that I could say to everyone. Just try to go inside and acknowledge your wounds and the limited beliefs that you can discover it, and then you can change it.
After doing therapy for a month, you're now blowing your nose with money?
No.
You go from toilet paper to just like dollar bills, right?
No. No, it's not about the money. It's always about to really accomplish, to reach your real potential,
right,
and to be happy. And I discovered, because I think we are humans thinking that we are a certain way, that like, this is the way I am. This is me. Oh, but you can improve. No. This is me. Hey, you can get more money. You can improve your relationship. You can have better sex. You can improve your relationship with God, with your children, with yourself. No, I'm this way. I don't want it.
Yep.
And then it's a switch that you can say, hey, yes, I can improve myself in every way. And then that's when you start breaking those old structures that they're not helpful for you. Limited beliefs, they're made to change it, to switch it into, I don't know how you would say, true beliefs, o creencia limitante, cambiarla por una creencia impulsora. How do you translate that? That impulse you, that push you. ¿Sí me entendiste?
Sí. Te entendí. No, yeah. No sé cómo decirlo en inglés, pero you know what? I think it's a beautiful thing. It's very admirable, for you to share that. What made you go into therapy a month ago?
Because I discovered that I had that limited belief, and that I want to go for more, because I was, as I told you, I discovered a lot of limiting beliefs that I had. Like, como mi mamá cuando me dijo, tú no sabes cantar.
Yeah.
Y estuve cuestionándome mucho y preguntándome, le dije, ¿por qué voy a sabotear una pasión que es la música? Maybe God didn't gave me the talent to sing. Hay gente que nace y canta increíble. But he gave me the passion.
Mm.
So I said, okay, if I work, if I have the discipline, if I really enjoy it, maybe it's going to take me 20 years. I don't know. 10, 5. I've been taking classes for more than 15 years.
Wow.
And the good thing is that I'm feeling the improvements, and I enjoy it even more. So I'm gonna make it. If God gives me life, if God gives me 20 years, listen to this. Listen what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do a concert in Staples Center. I don't know if it's gonna take me 20 years, 10, 5. I don't know. But that's where I see myself. I have the absolute certainty that it will happen.
I believe it.
Yes.
I believe it. And it's funny because on this show, many people have said things that they want to do, right? Like manifestation. Like they have said, oh, I want to meet this person, or I want to collaborate with this artist, or I want to book a big movie. I want to be on a hit television show. And guess what, Omar? It's happened. It's happened. We've been on for two years, right, friend? 2 years, and within those 2 years, these things have been happening to our guests.
Oh my God! So this is it's like magia.
It is.
Your show has magic,
It's Mando Magic and Friends.
and that's great because the universe doesn't move logically. It moves magically. Y está ahí para darlo todo. El universo está para darlo todo. But we are the ones that have to access it.
Yeah. The universe is always listening.
Yes.
Always.
Yes, totally.
Hasta, I've tweeted things, not vocalized, but I've tweeted things that I want to do, right? I tweeted that I wanted a media and production company one day.
Yes.
I tweeted it. This was, I think, 2012, I think. And, it's obviously putting it out in the universe and working towards it, right? Like what you're doing, it's like you're practicing, you're singing your craft. So de que puedes cantar en el Staples Center, el Crypto Center now, aquí en Los Angeles. I think it can happen. I know it can happen, Omar.
I know, and it me emociona mucho. It gives me, it motivates a lot because it's very complicated. I know. It's very complicated to have success in one thing.
Right.
Because you've been so successful with your company, and I don't need to ask you how hard it was. But
Man.
I've been so grateful and lucky enough to be successful in the radio for more than 20 years, and also successful as a TV host.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And also successful in the movie industry.
Yep.
So I question myself. Now, no estoy siendo muy ambicioso to want to be a very successful singer. Es mucha ambición.
Yeah.
But, let me tell you something. Hay un dicho que dice, si tus sueños no te asustan, no son lo suficientemente grandes.
Yep.
Y it's not about the ego. It's about follow your dreams to be an inspiration for others. O sea, no es de que yo quiero llenar el Staple y no, es primero que cuando esté ahí arriba está cantando mi alma, cuando está tu alma viva, cuando está haciendo lo que vino a hacer, hay una conexión entre Dios y tu alma. Y entonces se vuelve magia con la gente, porque no hay filtros. No están viendo a un artista de plástico, están viendo a alguien que está conectado, que está haciendo algo que ama. Y entonces puedes inspirar. Imagínate yo estar en esa posición y decirles, hey, yo era el que estaba ahí haciendo frijoles en la maquiladora a los 15 años, ¿no? Yo era repartía pizzas y me vestía de mujer en la televisión.
Yeah.
Y cuando empecé a hacer películas me decían, tú estás haciendo películas, güey, tú eres de la tele. O cuando estaba en el radio, que me fui a la tele. ¿Qué haces en la tele, güey? You're a radio host. What the f are you doing on TV, man? You're only for radio.
Yeah.
It happens every time.
Every time.
When I move to movie theater, to the movies, my God, you're Doña Chole. You're a character. You're a clown. You're a TV clown.
Right.
You don't get near movies, please. Me avergüenzas. Me decían, está destruyendo el cine Omar Chaparro. Hicieron un hashtag, Omar, no destruyas nuestro cine. Y sin embargo, pues tengo el privilegio de tener muchas películas en el top 10 de las películas más taquilleras de la historia.
Yep.
So es eso, es dejar un mensaje, de decir, hey, tú también puedes jalar a los que están siguiendo sus sueños.
Yeah. And people see that. People see that, Omar.
Mm-hmm.
People see that. They see you. They follow you, and I think they not just see your craft and how great you are at it, but they see how you are as a person. We haven't met until today, but I could already tell that you were a very a great guy as a person with a big heart.
Mando.
Outside of the, and it's like you said, you saw my message, right? And you're like, hey, this guy seems cool. This guy seems.
Bueno, esa es otra cosa que quiero añadir. Tú puedes soñar. You can dream about everything. Have the most big dreams. And obviously you have to work.
Yep.
It doesn't happen if you don't work and have a vision. You have to visualize what you want. The discipline to make it happen. The desire. The motivation. Y estar insistiendo. Like Woody Allen said, success is only about persistent, right? How do you say insistiendo? Insisting.
Yeah. Being persistent.
Being persistent.
Yes.
And then, after all that, you have to surrender. And then, because I believe, I've been a Christian, I've been Catholic, I've been studying Kabbalah. I love programación neurolingüística, metafísica. I've been trying to look for the answers.
Yeah.
Everywhere. But at the end of the day, it's something that we don't understand. Call it God, call it universe.
Yeah.
But you have to. Okay. Y yo cuando he hecho eso, cuando yo he estado en el suelo, que he intentado y que me he caído y que he llorado,
Sí.
que he estado hincado, pidiendo perdón, desgarrado, queriendo suicidarme, porque también he estado ahí. He volteado hacia arriba y decir, Dios, ok, ya hice todo y voy a seguir haciéndolo, pero échame la mano. And then the magic starts happening. O sea, tiene que haber esta energía donde fluyes, ¿no? Y entonces se vuelve más fácil las señales. Y por eso creo que ahora vivo más tranquilo, más feliz. Me mandas un mensaje, digo, sí, let's do it.
Yeah.
¿No? Surrendering. Y luego te topas con sorpresas.
Yeah. I love that. You talk about how you've been into a difficult time in your life. You mentioned, suicide, which is obviously very difficult. Those thoughts are very difficult when you're in that moment. It's very daunting. It's very heavy on you. How were you able to get out of that mental space?
Through God. Ahí sí, ¿eh?
Yeah.
Ahí sí dije, ya no puedo. Help me. Y me ayudaron. Pero, It was complicated.
Yeah.
Pero es cuando uno más aprende.
Yeah.
Cuando estás en ese momento contra las cuerdas, cuando estás en el suelo, como dices, ya no puedes ir más para abajo, ¿no?
Yeah.
Entonces es un buen momento.
Right.
It's hard to see it.
Yeah.
But because you don't see it. You're destroyed.
Right.
You think that everything is finished. You really think you're finished. And then you start looking for escape. Like, okay, I'm done. I quit. But if you don't quit, if you get up with all this pain inside,
Yeah.
and you keep going, ahí es donde tienes que mostrar tu valentía. Decir, ok, a pesar de este dolor, tengo que seguir.
Sí.
O sea, sí piensas en irte o quitarte la vida, pero dices, pero no lo voy a hacer.
Yeah.
Entonces, cuando sigues caminando, and you trasciendes ese dolor, overcome that pain, then you start seeing the answers. And then you understand why you had to go to that process. You say, okay, I had to.
Yeah.
Y lo que parecía algo muy doloroso y que queríamos evitar, resultó ser exactamente lo que necesitaba para llegar al siguiente nivel. Por eso yo creo que no es tanto alcanzar el sueño,
Yeah.
sino la persona en la que te tienes que convertir para lograrlo.
One of my favorite quotes is, "The joy is in the journey."
Yes.
Porque muchas veces pensamos que la felicidad está arriba de esa montaña.
Ajá.
But felicidad is la ruta. It's your way to the top of that mountain.
Yes.
That is the joy. You know, think about when you go hiking, right? We think, oh man, once we get up on top of that hill, beautiful view. That is the climax of
Yes.
of your journey that day. But really, it's when you start, you get out of your car, you know, you start walking, you're talking to a friend. That's the joy. That's the joy. And that's why it's one of my favorite quotes. The joy is in the journey. You could take that with you, Omar. No te cobro.
Le lo voy a poner en mi Twitter. The joy is joy. Joy como joy.
Como joy.
Jesse Joy, el grupo.
Ajá,
Joy,
como
Joy,
Jesse
the
Joy.
Joy,
Sí.
The Joy y The Brian. Muy bien. ¿Es de Journey quién es? El grupo.
El journey is
Don't
easy.
stop believing.
Yeah.
Estamos muy profundos, ¿verdad?
No, but
pues
that's
sí.
yeah, no, but that's thank you for sharing that, because and that's what we talk about here on the show,
Yes.
Omar. You know, we talk about these, and I love talking about these moments because it's when people get to see that you're a human. You know, we get to humanize our, you know, public figures, our favorite artists, our favorite hosts, cantantes, you know, actors and so on that we've had on the show. And I love having these type of conversations because they get to see what it's really like for all of us. No nomás porque estamos en los medios, el entretenimiento, everything is peachy. Everything is beautiful.
No.
Everything is rainbows and butterflies. Pero eso no existe. We're all human. We all go through it.
Yo creo que we came here to be happy
Yeah.
and to learn. Only those things. I'm certain that we came here to this life to be happy. It's your obligation. You must be happy. And to learn. But in order to be happy and to learn, you have to go through pain. There's no other way. If you in this life, you will suffer for sure
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
But you have to be very in peace when you start feeling the pain. Is it okay? This is a lesson. Yes. And then you decide how
Yeah.
you're gonna take that lesson.
Yeah.
Suffering and complaining and apuntando a los demás. You did that to me. The universe did this to me. Then you will never learn the lesson.
Right. You will never grow.
And then you have, instead of that, you will have to say, okay, oh my God, this is painful. Oh, this is going to help me a lot. Oh my God, this is so painful. Ooh, I wonder what's coming next after this one. You know?
Yeah.
Que siempre que estás abajo, viene la subida.
Yep.
Se nos olvida. We forget about that. And it's good to cry and say, oh my God, it's so painful. But with that mindset, sacando lo mejor de ese dolor, de lo que sea, de lo que sea. Es como cuando voy a hacer un casting y que me esfuerzo mucho y no me quedo. Y era con Charlize Theron, la película era con Sylvester Stallone y no me quedé. Yo no salgo llorando de ahí cuando me dicen que no. Digo, uff. Entonces el que sigue es el bueno.
Wow.
Soy demasiado
optimistic.
Demasiado. My wife makes make fun of me because I'm like that. It's like the joke about the two little kids that they were celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
After Christmas. Se juntan un día después de Navidad y era un niño optimistic y el otro era pessimistic. Y el optimistic le dice al pessimistic, hablando en Spanglish, ¿no? Le dice, ¿qué te trajo Santa Claus? Y al pesimista dijo, no, fucking Santa. He only gave me a train, but with no batteries. And I asked it green, and he brought it red. Oh my God, I hate you, Santa.
Yeah.
What about you? And the optimistic, he only received una buñiga. ¿Sabes lo que es buñiga?
No.
Como una caca de caballo.
Okay.
A horse.
Yes.
In a box. What about you? To the optimistic. Y el niño optimista dijo, I'm a horse, but I'm looking for it. Lo estoy buscando. You help me to find my horse. I'm the optimistic.
Wow.
Child.
I'm
like that.
I love that.
And you have to be like that.
You have to.
I mean,
you have to look at life like that.
Hay mucha gente que dice, no, you have to be realistic. Okay.
Yeah.
You can be like that. I decide to be optimistic. Because I decide to be happy.
I consider myself an optimistic realist.
Okay.
Because this one time someone was like, Mando, you have to stop being so optimistic. Like, be a realist. And I was like, I'm an optimistic realist. No soy optimista que me salgo de la realidad, right? Oh, money is going to come and rain under me. And, the world is beautiful and perfect. Like, no, like I'm a realist. But, I don't think the world is beautiful, but I feel like I can make the world a little more beautiful.
Yes.
For someone that sees you in your career, your success throughout the years that you've been in the industry, Omar, you seem to shine, continuously. And I know that's very, very difficult to stay on top, right? Like you said, at the top of radio, at the top of the movies, at the top of, television shows, hit television shows, and now wanting to conquer the music industry, right? What would you say is your biggest lesson throughout this entire journey so far?
The biggest lesson would be, es que todo se resume a ser feliz, a tener esta tranquilidad y paz mental. Es un balance entre estar agradecido por todo lo que has vivido,
Yeah.
be grateful for everything you have, especially your health, your family, your audience, grateful, and always wanted more.
Yeah.
O sea, es un balance, that thin line, because you have to be abrazar lo que tienes, pero siempre, como te decía, lo dice Tony Robbins, progresar, you need to progress. What's next? ¿En qué más puedo mejorar? Ok, ya tienes todo. Ok, ahora vamos a darle la mano a los que están allá. ¿Qué puedo? It's not only about me.
Yeah.
It's the first, Cantinflas, you know Cantinflas,
Yeah,
he
of
said
course.
something beautiful. He said, la primera obligación of a man is to be happy. The second one is to make others happy. Y sí es cierto, es más allá del dinero, de todo, es dar la mano a los que están a tu lado. Entonces yo creo que en eso se resume todo. Ser feliz y hacer feliz a los demás.
Yeah.
Coincido con Cantinflas.
There's something that you said. You were talking about Pedro Infante. When you were 8 years old, you would watch him, watch his movies,
Sí.
Singing his songs. And then you get to play later in your life Pedro Infante. That's a full circle moment. How was that? What did that mean to you?
Well, that's when I discovered that everything you do, everything you dream, everything your mind is on have consequences. And I was always thinking about Pedro Infante, his music, I felt the energy. If there's some if past life exists, probably he was my friend or my brother. I don't know, but I feel that connection with Pedro Infante.
Wow.
So when they call me and they say they want to do a movie about Pedro Infante, I wasn't surprised. You know, I knew. I was always thinking about that. But the director, Pepe Bojorquez, was very surprised because he told me, don't ask me, but I know you're gonna be Pedro Infante in this movie. And I said, do you know that I do Pedro Infante impression? No.
Wow.
And he was very, oh my God, you sing like Pedro Infante? Well, I tried to, but I've been singing like Pedro Infante since I was a kid. And then, oh my God, there's no coincidence. You're gonna be Pedro Infante. And it was the most wonderful experience and the most complicated too, because the people start judging and throwing so much hate in the social media and saying bad things. They even called to my office y me amenazaron de muerte. Amenazaron a mi manager.
Wow.
No sé de qué parte. Le decimos que Omar Chaparro ni se atreva o lo vamos a encajuelar. A ese nivel.
Wow.
Porque Pedro Infante is the biggest, our Mexican idol for all the time. I mean, he's the biggest star we ever had. He's our Elvis, you
Right.
know? But I didn't understand why so much hate. And ellos ni siquiera habían visto la película. Es solo el prejudge.
Yep.
El prejuicio de how could this guy that dresses as a lady in TV, that he's a TV host, he's a radio host, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
How can he be Pedro Infante? I won't allow it. And they start saying like, I hope the most realistic scene in the movie is when he died in his plane and you die.
Wow.
Obviously, it was very hard for me because I was trying to make a movie.
Yeah. Are you seeing these comments and this backlash as you're about to shoot, or after you shot the movie?
We were about to shoot, so
Wow.
that's why it was very hard for me, because the Netflix released the news, and when we were like 1 week before we started shooting, so I was very, very nervous. I didn't sleep. I was crying, you know.
Wow.
I was doubting myself. Obviously, I said, they're right. I'm a comedian. How can I make it? Oh my God. It was very, very complicated until I remember that I was on the floor because I went to Mexico and I lived for a month by myself. And I was in this kind of obsession, watching every movie, every scene, 20, 30, 40 times. And I recording myself, but talking like Pedro Infante talking to me. It was like, I exercised that. Maybe I was so tired and I don't even remember how it happened, but I start saying like, hola Omar, ¿cómo está, mijo? This is Pedro Infante. Y yo, claro que lo puede hacer, cabrón. No tenga miedo, para eso estoy aquí. Yo le voy a ayudar. Amorcito corazón. A ver usted, cabrón. Y Pedro Infante me estaba regañando a mí y me grababa y luego me escuchaba. Y empecé a tratar de canalizar, to have this connection with him. And then I start trusting myself. Después de que Pedro Infante me habló a través de mi voz.
Yeah.
Fue un recurso, ¿no? Fue a tool that I
Right.
made because I was desperate. And suddenly, si me ponía triste o algo, escuchaba su voz.
Wow.
Y él me calmaba. Y empecé a encontrar la voz. Empecé a encontrarlo y de repente ya no era actuar. Ya era Pedro Infante. Al menos para mí, ¿no? Fue mi versión. Descubrí y dije, voy a hacer lo mejor que puedo hacerlo. Y nadie lo va a hacer como yo.
Right.
Porque pues tú eres tú. Eso es una lección muy grande que aprendí. Que no hay una mejor o peor manera de hacer las cosas. Hay tu manera. Tu manera. Cuando abrazas y dices, este soy yo. Sí, así, chaparro. Así, con esta voz. Así, con esta cicatriz. Nadie va a ser igual que yo.
Yeah.
Y cuando entendemos eso, así soy gordita, y empiezas a quererte y abrazarte y a no tener filtros, ya no tener miedo que te juzguen y tener la valentía de decir, este soy yo. Entonces es cuando conectas con la gente, cuando no hay máscaras, pero you have to be very brave to go to that place.
Yeah.
Porque todos tenemos heridas y tenemos our ego that's always telling stupid things and saying that you're not enough. You have to quiet that voice and listen to the voice of your soul. But it's very hard.
It is very hard.
Yeah.
I think, the Mexican community, nuestros papás, a veces, we're talking about how your mom was like, again, going back to, no cantes mejor. When I knew I wanted to be in entertainment, I heard that all the time. No, eso no es trabajo.
Totalmente.
No, agárrate un trabajo mejor, no sé, en un banco. O my parents wanted to see me. They connected success with how someone dressed, right? So if I dressed in a suit and a tie, then I was successful. But if I wasn't, then, ¿qué clase de trabajo es eso? My first thing is I wanted to DJ. I was 14 years old. Le dije a mi papá, hey, Dad, I want to start DJing and I can make some money. I'm really good at it.
No, obviously, because
No.
They see from de sus lentes, ¿no? Cada quien ve las cosas desde su óptica.
Yeah.
Y desde su prejuicio.
Yeah. So I had to save money.
Yeah.
I had to figure it out. I bought my turntables. Then I wanted to be in radio. Oh. Mom, Dad, quiero hablar en la radio. Eso no es trabajo. No. Like, don't do that, And I heard that every single time. I shared this with Jaime Camil.
Yes.
He was on the show. And it wasn't until I was 5 years into my career that I gave my parents front row seats to a Vicente Fernandez concert. And then I took them backstage to meet Chente.
Oh my
And
God.
at that point, my dad after the show was like, está bien, síguele. It wasn't until, but it took me 5 years just to get a little bit of approval from my parents. And I feel like, Latinos, Mexican parents were a little different. They see things a little different. You know, very very humble, hardworking people. We don't have anyone in the entertainment industry. You know,
Yeah.
eso es para los ricos. It's for the privileged. You know, and my parents weren't used to that. I know you went through something very similar, and there are many people that are going through that now,
Yeah.
that whose parents don't believe in their dream. What advice would you give them?
Es lo mismo que te decía. You have to quiet everything, especially social media.
Yeah.
You have to quiet your parents. You have to quiet your teachers. You have to quiet everyone, but especially you have to quiet yourself. There's something I read in a book called The Surrender Experiment, and something that hit me. It says that you are the one that listened. Tú eres el que escucha. That little voice that is always saying you're not enough. And he's saying it because the limited beliefs that they have grown in, because what their parents told them, what their teachers told them. That little voice is only a perception.
Mm-hmm.
That little voice is saying that you're not enough. That's why you have to quiet that little voice and start listening to your soul. Porque tu alma knows exactly what it's capable of, and a lo que vino a ser. Tu alma sabe muy bien todo ese potencial increíble. Entonces, en el momento que achiques esta voz, hagas más pequeña esta voz y hagas esta voz más grande, ya no importa lo que digan los demás. You don't have to be rude,
Yeah.
and say, hey, don't mess with... No, because they're doing and saying those things because they love you, because they think is the best. Porque eso funcionó para ellos, para tus papás funcionó, dedicarse al comercio, tener una corbata.
Yep.
Pero todos tenemos una historia distinta y venimos a cosas distintas. Entonces, lo peor que puedes hacer es no escuchar la voz de tu alma y quedarte con las ganas. Ve por todo.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mando.
I want to touch on the fact that you were here in Los Angeles, had a big show. You had some star of friends that were with you on stage at the YouTube space.
Yes.
How was that experience for you? So for those that don't know, Omar had a big show in Los Angeles. You talk about like the crypto center, but you're doing these big arenas already.
We did the Dolby Theater, yes, with Adrián Uribe. We did a show Imparables, and we toured for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Chicago, Dallas, everywhere, New York, everywhere. Was great, Imparables. And now Adrián is doing the show with Adal. They invited me to do the show, but as I told you, I wanted to invest and follow my dream, even though it's more complicated. Even though it's gonna take me more time, I decided to go with the music. It doesn't mean that I won't do comedy anymore. Comedy is always in me, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna still doing it. Even if I do the concert, I'm sure I'm gonna make people laugh.
Yep.
And they will laugh a lot, and they will dance, and they will sing. But I want to be in that concert being myself, totally myself. And I don't do only comedy.
Right.
I love to motivate people. I love to talk to them. I love to sing. I love to dance. I want to be myself in that concert, and it's more ambitions, and it's gonna take me more time, but I'm gonna make it. And that's why I decided not to join Adrián this time, but I will. Maybe Adrián, Adal, Ramones, and me for Imparables tour maybe next year. But it was very fun that they invited us. A Eugenio Derbez y a mí nos invitaron.
Eugenio was there too. That's amazing.
Yes.
The 4 of you guys on stage.
Sí.
What a moment.
Nos pasaron. Y fue muy bonito porque the DJ played Las Locuras Mías, mi canción. Y fíjate que yo estaba un poco triste porque la duda de, oh my God, did I take the right decision? I should have been with Adal and Adrián in this show. The little voice that I was telling you, hey, you're stupid, whatever. And then, cuando me presentan ahí, que ponen la canción de Las Locuras Mías y que toda all the audience was, ¿qué tal si te enamoras? Y la gente reaccionó con la canción, con mi canción. Then I thought, oh my God, I'm in the right track.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was very excited to be with them. And I love them. Adrián, Eugenio y Adal son amigos y maestros.
No, that's yeah. You guys are legends in your field in the entertainment industry.
Ellos, yo soy más joven de los tres.
A young legend. Lo dejamos ahí. I want to reference the fact that you're a comedian and an actor, and also a singer. So in American culture, right, we have someone like Jamie Foxx, who is a huge comedian, actor, and singer, right?
Will Smith.
Will Smith, right? You have someone like Childish Gambino.
¿Quién?
Childish Gambino.
Ah, Sánchez
Sánchez Cambino.
Ese. That's because I wasn't saying it like that, but now that you're saying it like that, now you remember who it is, right?
Sánchez Cambino. ¿Qué ha hecho? ¿Qué película?
So Childish Gambino, su nombre de actor es Donald Glover. Donald Glover, y tiene su personaje de artista que es Childish Gambino. Entonces, same guy, pero dos diferentes nombres.
Sí.
So it's like you being Omar Chaparro, and then your singing name is like, Elvis Mando.
Elvis Cochito.
Yeah.
No, que sea. Qué padre. I would love to do that, ¿no? Lo hacían antes, porque ya casi nadie lo hace en México. Pedro Infante hacía películas y luego se iba a hacer gira. Antonio Aguilar hacía películas y iba a hacer gira. El mismo Vicente Fernández.
Yep.
Entonces, everything is possible. I know it's a big dream. But I repeat, if God gives me life, I'm going to make it.
What do you think about doing a split show of doing one half of a comedy show and the second half of a music performance? Have you thought about that?
Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Pero ahorita estoy haciendo más música. Vengo de México, grabé un tema muy, muy, muy padre. Grabé uno ranchero. Compuse una canción muy bonita. Estamos trabajando. And I think I'm working with the right people too, that believes in my dream.
Cuéntame más de esta canción que grabaste. También grabaron algo acoustic.
Sí. Grabé Las Locuras Mías. Fue difícil también en acústico. Vienen sorpresas. Ahorita por lo pronto estoy trabajando en hacer un concierto en septiembre en la Ciudad de México. Como un regalo para mí. A lo mejor voy a regalar muchos boletos. I don't care, pero quiero hacer un concierto para mostrar a la gente qué está dentro de mi cabeza, cuál es mi plan. Que lo vean, lo estoy visualizando y sé que va a ser mágico, va a ser increíble. Y una vez que lo tenga y lo grabe y pueda mostrarlo, pues entonces a lo mejor podamos hacer una gira. Pero lo de la gira va a depender de Dios y del público.
Yeah.
¿No?
Yeah. So being in Mexico and now being in Los Angeles, now being in the the American market, do you feel it different? I mean, in Los Angeles hay muchos latinos, muchos mexicanos, but is there a big difference for you or not so much? Living in Mexico, living in Los Angeles, and then the difference between the two cultures, the way people see you in Mexico and people see you here in Los Angeles.
I love both. Pero sí hay una diferencia. no sé, a lo mejor en México la gente se acerca y es muy linda y me admira. Mi club de fans está en México, pero hay fans ahora con la música, esto es muy curioso, con la música de repente tengo fans en Guatemala, en Argentina,
Wow.
en Brasil. They don't know my career as a comedian, but they know my songs. And that's incredible, right? Y aquí en Los Ángeles a lo mejor hay más nostalgia. Me ven, se acerco. Por ejemplo, cuando voy a un restaurante, salen todos los cocineros y yo me meto a la cocina. Y como yo trabajé en una cocina,
Yeah.
a lo mejor ahí se siente
Yeah.
trato de ser bien honesto con mi gente. Yo respeto a los artistas que no les gusta tomarse fotos con los fans.
Sí.
Pero a mí, no solo lo hago, lo disfruto. Lo disfruto genuinamente de, ay, una foto. Maybe because I struggle too much and I know lo que me ha costado, ¿no?
Yeah.
Lo que me ha costado estar ahí, por eso. Y porque también trabajé de todo, taquero, repartidor, chofer de camiones.
Wow.
¿Qué más fui? Stripper. Una vez, no, solo, solo una vez.
Let's rewind.
Sí fui stripper una vez.
¿Y ¿Cómo
Once.
que una vez? How does that happen one time? ¿No te fue bien o
No, me fue muy bien.
te fue tan mal que dijiste ya mejor me retiro?
Todo iba bien hasta que me quité los calzones. No. No, fue cuando hacía un show cuando imitaba a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Un empresario allá en Chihuahua muy inteligente, que ya se murió, agarró the most popular guys in different schools from Chihuahua. Hey, you're the pretty one from this school? Okay. You're the handsome guy from college? Come on. And you're the funny guy? You do a Michael Jackson impression? Yes. Entonces armó un show que se llamaba Noches de Calabozo en un discoteca los jueves en la noche y era sold out. O sea, hacíamos shows, hacía personajes yo y la gente se volvía loca. Entonces, una noche empezamos a hacer el show de Chip and Dale. Y yo me acuerdo que dije, bueno. Y fue tan ruidoso. O sea, yo salí vestido de karateca y con la máscara de Jason, el de Viernes 13. Y acá me quité el karategi. Porque soy black belt. Y era mucho más ágil en aquel entonces. Entonces hacía una especie de kata. Y luego me quitaba el karategi y la máscara. Y me caían calzoncitos. Y luego agarraba un litro de leche. Y las chavas. Y yo estaba empoderado así con los pezones levantados. Y fue muy bonita experiencia. Sí, se puede decir que fui stripper por una noche y me pagaron.
Wow.
Me pagaban 300 pesos la noche. O sea, ¿cuánto es 300 pesos? $15. No está mal.
Is that bad? For
$15.
for throwing
A night.
Milk on
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah. ¿Pero qué te está diciendo? ¿Por qué estoy hablando de eso?
No, I just want to I want to share that, there's a lot of things that I've learned about you outside of your career today, Omar, and I think a lot of people, have as well. The fact that, you were a taquero, you were working in the cocina and doing all these humble, humble and beautiful, careers within themselves. You know what it takes to get to the top. And Omar, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna be a therapist here right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this.
You
Complete me. No.
aside from that.
¿Eh? Okay.
Aparte de eso.
Sí.
You really are, a wonderful, person and a wonderful talent.
I don't know. See, my reaction.
This is where I'm going. you know,
I don't deserve it. See?
You have to welcome these
I know.
these compliments.
That's why someone told me you have to learn how to receive. And it's hard for me. I don't believe it. I don't believe in me.
But it's true.
I need to believe in me.
It's true though, Omar. I really do, you know, think that I really know that you are here for a huge not just here at Mando and Friends, but here on this wonderful earth of ours, for, you know, a bigger meaning, you know, to inspire, what you said earlier, you have this passion to do what you love, but more so to show the people that are watching you, that are enjoying your art, that anything is possible. And
Yeah.
and trust me, people are seeing that and they're acknowledging that. And you know, here today, man, you know, I appreciate you sharing, you know, your stories, your talent, because hasta nos cantó. You did your Pedro Infante impression and all that. I mean, all these you the way you come in and out of your impressions and all that, that's pure talent, man. That's pure talent. And I know that you've already done a lot of things in your career, but bigger things are coming your way. I know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Que tengas voz de profeta, Mando. Tú
Just
también.
wait. Just wait.
Yo también. No, está ahí todo. Todo está ahí para ti, para mí y para la gente que nos está viendo. Todo está ahí. Yo creo que eso es lo que más me mueve. Que cuando me siento tan feliz, quiero que todos sean felices. Y me duele cuando hay gente que no es feliz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pero al mismo tiempo digo, es su proceso.
Yeah.
No estás feliz, está bien. Está bien que no estés feliz. Pero,
Right.
¿qué vas a hacer para salir de esa situación? Para mejorarlo, ¿no? Te agradezco mucho, Mando, esta entrevista. Yo veo bigger things for you. I'm a psychic. No te platiqué cómo conocí a mi esposa, pero cuando la conocí,
Yeah.
this is true, la conocí, me le quedé viendo, me enamoré a primera vista,
Wow.
me acerqué y le dije, 28 de noviembre, Sagitario. Y me dijo, sí, ese día nací. Then you're gonna be my wife. Y me fui. Te lo juro por mis hijos.
Wow.
Adiviné. When you're connected, when you don't have that little voice, you listen to your soul, you have a connection, and miracles happen. Y adiviné su fecha de nacimiento y me casé con ella. Y ahorita estoy vibrando aquí. Oh my God, espérame. Mucho dinero, pero sigue ayudando a la gente. Va a crecer tu empresa. Oh my God, estoy vibrando algo de deporte, NFL. ¿Has tenido el sueño de comprar algún equipo de fútbol o de básquet?
Yeah.
Por ahí vas a ser accionista. Mucho dinero. Pero acuérdate lo más importante. No nos llevamos nada. Te mueres a la chingada.
Yep.
No te llevas nada. ¿Qué te llevas? Te llevas a toda la gente que ayudaste, que tocaste, que transformaste, que inspiraste. Alguien dijo por ahí, el dinero no es la felicidad. No, sí es la felicidad. Pero tienes que compartirlo. ¿No?
That's beautiful. I love that.
When you share it, entonces sí es felicidad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Omar, before I let you go today, we have Rapid Fire with Omar Chaparro.
All right.
Are you ready?
Like the movie, Rapid Fire,
Yeah.
with Brandon Lee,
Yeah.
passed away.
But this one is with Omar Chaparro.
Ok, es como preguntas rápidas. Ok. ¿Sí? Dale.
Favorite Spanish word?
Chingón.
Salsa or merengue?
Ranchero.
Favorite piece of technology that you use every day?
Tengo un micrófono para sordomudos que se pone aquí con vibración y te ayuda a cantar. Y me ha ayudado mucho a vocalizar cantando.
Wow. That's amazing. Best song to play at a party?
Las locuras mías. ¿Qué tal si te enamoras de las locuras mías? ¿Qué tal que te haga falta una noche divertida?
Agua.
Hasta con DJ y toda la cosa. Mexican food or something else? What's your favorite?
Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Mexican and Chinese. Es difícil de escoger. Pero sí. la comida china. Puedo comer comida china todos los días. Y pancakes. Y chilaquiles.
Uf.
Con huevos estrellados, bañaditos, con cebollita, colorados.
Do you cook?
Sí.
Yeah.
Ahorita estoy haciendo una dieta y voy a comer ceviche de frijoles negros.
Congratulations on the transformation.
20 pounds.
20 pounds down
With a tea that I invented.
with a tea. Did you change a lot of your diet or exercise?
No, hice un poquito workout en mi cochera, en la punching bag. Y dieta, más o menos. Y el té, me tomo un té en la noche. Y voy al baño, me desinflamo mucho. Es un té muy bueno. Se llama Belly Killer. Pero creo que no lo venden en Estados Unidos. They don't sell it no, they will sell it soon. Because it was a huge success. The brand is BC Wellness.
Yep.
It is a Mexican company. And the tea is Belly Killer. They sell pills and tea. Muy bueno. Muy bueno.
Belly killer.
Please sell it in the US. Yeah, because it has jengibre, piña, nopal, alcachofa. Y very good. In all natural. I like it.
Oh, that's good. That's great. All natural is always a great thing. You don't want all these chemicals in your body, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so lastly, a nickname of yours that no one really knows about.
Rambo.
Rambo. Who calls you Rambo?
Myself. No, en secundaria, I was obsessed with Rambo. Rambo. I thought I was Rambo. O sea, el día que conozca... bueno, ya conocí a Sylvester Stallone y me hice poquito pipí. I invented... You see, my name is Omar.
Yep.
When I was in secundaria, they asked me, what's your name? I said, Omar. O-B-M-A-R. Because backwards, you read it Rambo. I managed myself to be en la boleta de calificación decía Omar Chaparro. And
Wow.
my teachers, cuando tomaban lista los maestros, Omar Chaparro. And they said, oh, Rambo. What's up, Rambo? That's why I love the guns, not too much, but martial arts and punches and all that
Wow.
kind of things. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Rambo, for coming today.
Rambo.
I appreciate your time. And like I said, you know, you're just scratching the surface. You're just getting started, Omar.
I know.
I know you have like quite the legacy in your career
25 years and I'm just starting.
and counting.
And
That's
counting.
exciting.
Si todavía no me voy, esa es otra cosa. Nos vamos a morir, Mando, ¿sí sabías?
Yes.
Nos va a cargar la chingada. A todos. Se nos olvida.
Yeah.
Estamos preocupados porque la renta, que me divorcié, que me mandaron, que se murió fulanita, que estamos tristes, ¿cómo se dice? I forgot my Spanish, how do you say? En depresión.
Yeah.
Y se nos olvida que nos vamos a morir. A la chingada. Estamos aquí por un instante.
So we got to make the best of it, right?
Yes. To be happy.
Yeah.
Always.
Thank you. You're the best, Rambo.
I know. Where's my machine gun? Guillermo! Get out of here.
Omar Chaparro, thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. You are the absolute best here, man.
Thank you,
Little-
man. No, me la pasé muy bien aquí en tu programa. ¿Ya
Yeah.
se acabó?
Ya se acabó.
¿Ya se acabó? ¿Por qué? Pero estamos empezando. No, tengo un Zoom. Ya me tengo que ir. Pero muchas gracias, ¿eh?
Brother.
Qué chingón tu equipo. Luego me dices porque quiero hacer mi podcast también.
Whatever you need from us. Thank you again to Omar Chaparro, and thank you so much for watching Mando and Friends, presented by Verizon.
Verizon. Verizon.